And I remember there was a defensive back for the Dallas Cowboys by the name of Cornell Green. Cornell Green was a terrific cornerback, and he said the difference between the Miami Dolphins and the Dallas Cowboys was that Miami was just happy to be in the Super Bowl, and Dallas came to win the Super Bowl. I cut that out and I put it up on the bulletin board, and it stuck there. And every time I went by it to the meeting room, I looked at it, and all the guys looked at it because it made so much sense that we were a young football team. We're just happy to be in a championship game, but they came to win the game. And Bob is absolutely right. We never in a million years ever expected to go undefeated. All we ever wanted to do is get back to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. And the fact that we went undefeated, in spite of Garrel Yepremian, is amazing. In that game, when Garrel threw the ill-fated pass for the touchdown to the Washington Redskins, when he came to the sideline, everybody thought that they would pat him on the back and say, "Don't worry, Garrel, everything's all right." Just the opposite. Kucherberg went up to him and said, "Garrel, if we lose this game, I'm going to string your Arminian ass up on the goalpost by one of your ties." Absolutely true. Had we lost that game, he was dead. But in the meanwhile, Garrel made a living off of him throwing the intercepted pass. But we had a great chemistry on that team. But the one thing, and Bob alluded to it earlier, is that here was a guy, 38 years old, who came in when Bob got hurt, and everybody said, "Oh shit, here goes the season." Earl had a pulled stomach muscle that summer. He didn't play much, and the only thing I remember Earl doing in practice was throwing end-over-end balls. They were kind of tumbling, and everybody said, "Oh boy, here's Earl coming in." The first thing he does, he throws a slant pass to Warfield. Warfield, no, yes. Throws a touchdown pass to Warfield, and off we go. And for 12 games in a row, we win under the guise of Earl Morrall. But ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, why Earl Morrall is not in the Hall of Fame, I'll never understand. He's the only player in the history of the National Football League who was voted the most valuable player in the NFL and the most valuable player in the AFL, and yet he's still not in the Hall of Fame. And I'll tell you what, I got to applaud him. Even though he had his nose fixed because he thinks, he's going into the movies now. So anyway, I just, on behalf, Bob is right. When I went into the Hall of Fame, I was a representative of a great defense. It was a defense that set the record in the NFL for giving up the fewest number of points, 147. The thing that people don't understand when they talk about the undefeated team is that we were number one in offense, we were number one in defense, and we were number one in wins. And you know something? You can't do any better than that. Thanks for coming.